You're such an asshole.
AssholeConsulting.com. Sorry I'm at an angle. This is the, as Chris Beckloff would say, parallels of a live stream, but this is parallels of doing asshole consulting from the field on a motorcycle ride to Las Vegas. Yo, Captain Asshole Aaron Clary of Capitalism. I have watched and enjoyed your videos for about 4 months, and I wish I had found your channel earlier before going off to community college, which is really boring and a waste of time taking redundant courses that I've already had in high school, like English, history, government, public speaking, and the shitty prerequisites. But how else are your teachers and your professors supposed to get jobs if you only are taught one thing one time? You need to be taught the same thing 5 times. That way they employ 5 worthless people. But we love the children. Anyways, I want you to make a video about if men love women only for their looks. If so, then does that mean men really don't care about their personality? Do men not care about women who are generally hardworking, loyal, intelligent, sane, funny, etc.? Are men okay with the existence of women who are parasitical, slutty, bitchy, whiny, unintelligent, insane, lazy, a cheater, a gold digger, etc., as long as they are good looking? For me, I'm different from probably most men, in which I expect more from women than just looking hot. I do expect women to be intelligent, loyal, hardworking individual who produces something of value to society other than babies, and even independent. I'm not intimidated by truly successful independent women, and you'll see how that is masculine. Most men are not intimidated by truly successful women. We're kind of happy you have money. Hey, you can be truly equal by paying for half your shit. I do like genuinely independent women, but here's the thing. Truly independent women don't have to tell you that. They'll just know it because they'll have their own place. They'll have a real job in the private sector. They won't have some government make work job like a professor. And they're just cooler, superior people altogether. But yeah, there's nothing wrong. I think most men do want a truly independent woman. Most men do. I would love to see more famous female scientists, engineers, innovators, inventors, entrepreneurs, leaders, etc. I wish women would think like men. Not saying that women should be men and think about having sex with other women or work out as hard as men. Just saying that I wish women could think creatively, scientifically, mathematically, logically, etc. like men. I think they do. I think society channels them a certain way to sometimes not to, but I have known many female engineers. Like the smartest person I know is a female, and she's got to have her doctorate in electrical engineering by now. So I don't think, there are certain differences, biological differences between men and women, how they think and feel. But empirically speaking, through my own life experiences, women are just as capable of becoming, there may be more sociological forces at play where they just don't want to. They want to be nurses, they want to be teachers. And I think a lot of them are just scaredy cats and lazy of math. But for those that aren't, there are some damn good gals out there who are, and you would like to see more of them, because then they quit voting for socialist leftist programs and, hey, make a work job, a government job for us so we can be, we can major in diversity counseling and then we can go work in schools. It's like, why don't you create something of fucking value? But I think it's happening. There's a little bit of a push to get women into STEM, but I don't believe in yours of my lifetime we're going to see women, oh my God, is that how we close the wage gap? Let's do this. Yeah, thanks for telling us the honest truth, asshole consulting. I thought majoring in communications would land me a 6-figure job over at Smith Barney. Apparently not. Thank you. Not going to happen. I don't hate women, I just hate the way most of them think. I hate how most of them don't have a hobby. Even if they do, it's just to attract a man rather than out of personal genuine interest. Dude, how young are you? Haven't you ran into, you're being completely unfair to women? There are interesting women out there. We're not doing the Virgin Towel. This is not the Hate on Women channel. This is hold women up to the standard of men channel, with very loud cursing and swearing, because we actually do care about people, women included. We start by not lying to them. But, where have you been? You haven't met girls with cool hobbies? Hate how they can be hypergamous. That's just their nature. Hate how they treat other women like shit. Hate how they are so narrow-minded. Hate how they lack ambition and drive. Hate how conformist and risk-averse they are. And hate many other things about the common female psyche. Honestly, fuck nature, and no offense to Christians, fuck God for programming women with this inferior subhuman way of thinking. Yeah, okay, yeah, man, you have got to go experience more women. That's not the majority of women where they're independent minded, but you make it sound like they're all fated to be, emotional creatures that just can't do math or STEM or pick up cool hobbies. You have obviously not dated enough women. 70%. Here's a good way to tell, just to give you a proxy. If you look at how women vote for an increased state or freedom, and that's what it is. That is the choice you girls get to make. It is that simple. You either increase the size of government or you're voting for freedom. 70% of them vote that way. Don't throw out the remaining 30% of them, because 70% of them vote emotionally and don't really go beyond first stage thinking. All right? So you're going to live a very miserable life thinking women are the enemy and hating on them, when a lot of them, not all of them, but a lot of them, are actually pretty cool, and they will make your life happier. Oh my God, is Aaron just a pussy pedestal? Yeah, I am. Anyways, that's it. I'm sorry if this is too long for you to read, and I apologize if I sound very bitchy and whiny. Yeah, you do, but that's going to reflect badly upon you, not me. Okay, let's go back to the original question. Why don't you make a video if men love women only for the looks? If so, does that mean men really don't care about their personality? Men, you don't fall in love with someone for their looks. You fall in lust. You want to bang a girl for her looks, but you really don't truly fall in love with a woman for her looks. You don't fall in love with her beauty. You then, if you fall in love, it's because you actually care about the person, and you fall in love with them for their intelligence, their personality, their charm, charisma, humor, they themselves. And that's what pair bonding is. That's why traditionally they'd stay married till death do you part. We're not like some animals in the animal kingdom where we're just banging everything we possibly can. Although, in some regards, we are that too. But men, they do not fall in love with a woman's looks. You simply fall in lust. And what you will find out as you get older is that, especially as your hormones go down, you're not just this raging 18, 19-year-old, 20-year-old who just wants to get laid. You'll start to realize that the beauty is not that hard to come by. Any woman can work out, and women can eat healthy. And usually, if you're skinny and you're physically fit, you'll be pretty on top of it. There are very few people, male or female, that are truly ugly. I mean, you've seen them like, oh God, what do you mean? They could be in shape. You're like, God, whoa. But what you will find out is what's much rarer is a girl that is independent, has a job, is charming, is funny, loves you, supports you, and I would say even very rare to now, defers to your authority. Not in a biblical manner, but in more of a, I always liken it to ballroom dancing. There can only be one leader and one follower. You cannot have two leaders and you cannot have two followers. I've seen it where the two are trying to both lead, and I'm fine if the woman leads and the guy follows. There's got to be one motherfucking leader and one motherfucking follower. And traditionally that has been, the men has been the leader and the women have been the follower, but it's increasingly rare to find a woman that truly supports her husband, doesn't nag, doesn't try and get her 2 cents in, doesn't try to commandeer. It's like, lady, there's only one steering car on this fucking wheel, and I'm in the driver's seat. And if you don't like that, you could go find another car and have the guy be the passenger, but I am driving this fucking car. We both can't drive it at the same time. It's very rare to find a woman that supports and doesn't nag or get in the way or try to commandeer. So but when you get these rarer qualities, these personality traits, not physical looks, but personality traits, that's what you fall in love with. You're like, holy cow. Now, both are absolutely required for marriage and long-term dating and relationships and falling in love. Men need physical beauty. We need a hot chick. We need to be physically attractive. And women, the same thing, but not quite to the extent that men do. But men need beautiful women. I would say it's probably the number one thing because it's the most immediately accessible. You don't have to interrogate a girl to find out if she's beautiful. But it's not the only thing. Just like, a brain is not the only organ you need. It may be the most important organ of the body, but you need several other organs involved. And so a personality would also be like a heart, or her intelligence, all that, all the non-beauty, all the intelligence, cerebral, personal, psychological traits of a woman. That is like the heart and the lungs and everything else that is vital. But yeah, you first better start with, it's like, yeah, otherwise we're not bothering going any further forward. So, and as I was going to say before, as you get older, your testosterone goes down. And you've seen it. I was there. Every guy was there. Like, you're dating this hot chick, and like, man, this is great. The sex is wonderful. She's just a bitch. She's just a bitch. And you're not even in love. You're just like, no, I just want to keep banging you. So female beauty will keep a guy around a long time. Heaven help you if you get her pregnant. And a lot of guys, I think, never get out of that lust stage. They're always like, she's totally hot. I need her. And then I don't think love or a healthy human adult relationship can form there. Where was I going with it? Oh, but as you get older and more mature and your hormones aren't driving you crazy, soon you don't tolerate that bullshit. You're like, you know what? I said 7 o'clock. I didn't say 7:05. I didn't say, oh, I'll give you another 10 minutes. I said 7 fucking o'clock. You're not here. You're not right. Bye. See ya. Oh, really? You think that you're going to tell me how I'm going to do the finances of the household? That's very interesting, especially when you still have student loan debt from your master's in women's studies and I'm the engineer. Yet you think you're smarter than me because you have a master's degree. Well, I actually studied something that had STEM and math involved. Yeah, get the fuck out of here. You won't care about how, well, you will. I mean, you're like, okay, you're good looking, but if I'm going to date you and not just fuck you, you are going to have a personality that I enjoy hanging around with. And so men just like after a while, they're just kind of like, yeah, you got to be hot, but you're not going to tolerate childish bullshit behavior. So do men not care about women who are generally hardworking, loyal, intelligent, sane? Yeah, absolutely. That's the rarer stuff. That's really hard to come by. That's the harder stuff to come by. Are men okay with the existence of women who are parasitical, slutty, bitchy, whiny, unintelligent, insane, lazy, cheater, gold digger, etc., as long as they're good looking? They're not okay with it, but they'll tolerate it because they want to get laid. That's that. And then for me, you just go on to rag on women. So yeah, no, men, it is possible for men to love women, but I would say not for their looks. You need looks, that's a prerequisite, because you want to bang. But then it's the personality and their intelligence. I also say the humor and the kindness. That is what I have found to be kind of is like a kind woman. But man, I could list a ton of things like punctuality is big deal for me. Self-supportation. The girl actually truly has to be independent, not someone collecting a government check, not even necessarily on welfare, but the hypocrites and frauds that like think they have a career or profession working for government grants or government money, and these jobs offer nothing of value to say. You know, sociology majors, social workers, that kind of thing. Teachers. Yeah, and if you find the gals, and trust you me, this would be smart for you young boys, you go and find a gal, you focus on her personality and traits. The looks is one thing, but it's harder to find an independent, truly independent, not independent-minded, a truly independent woman, meaning she's not collecting a check from anybody, there's no charity going on, who's smart and funny and above all is kind, sweet, and supporting and not nagging. That's where the not nagging, that's the hard one. And I think women have to be trained on that. But you're too young, you're not there yet. But when you start dating a girl and she starts nagging, you can just look at her and say, would you like to do this? It's like, yeah, okay, would you like me to shove a broomstick up my ass and start sweeping while I'm at it for you? All right, don't nag me. And then like, there's no nagging. There's support or silence. I've used that. There's support or silence, and that usually works. All right, you guys got questions, go to assholeconsulting.com. We'll see you kids later. Toodles.